Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Suresh Kumar Turka from Government College Bheriya, Pihova, Kurukshetra. Today we are going to discuss on the topic performance evaluation practices across nations of the paper International Human Resource Management. After completing this module, the students will be able to explain the concept of performance evaluation, to know about the objectives and process of performance evaluation, to understand the methods of performance evaluation, to define international appraisal and to discuss performance appraisal practices across nations. Introduction. Performance management system is an important part of most of the organizations. Properly developed and implemented performance management process can help an organization to achieve its goals by developing productive employees. In all organizations, most of the employees' performances are evaluated by their supervisors from time to time. This may be a short term process of informal discussion between the employees and supervisors, or it may be more complex several week process involving many steps. The performance evaluation may have a direct or indirect impact on employees' work lives. The performance evaluation is no longer a simple process because it is not only related to measure the individual and group performances, but also focusing on key job activities. Due to dynamic environment, different organizations may have different set of factors for evaluating the performance. As a result, during performance evaluation, various questions like what should be the base for evaluation, why we evaluate, what will be the after effect of evaluation, and what type of problems may we face during evaluation should be properly answered in advance. Meaning of performance evaluation or appraisal. A performance appraisal is a systematic and objective method of judging the quality of an employee in performing his job and a part of guiding and managing the career development. It is the process to obtain, analyze and record the information about the relative worth of an employee to the organization. Performance appraisal is an analysis of an employee's recent successes and failures, personal strengths and weaknesses, and the stability for promotion or further training. It is also the judgment of an employee's performance in a job based on considerations other than productivity alone. Performance appraisal is done periodically, but on a continuous basis. It is a part of larger performance management system and includes both managerial and non-managerial employees in its scope. Some definitions of the performance management system. According to Robbins, performance management system involve various activities far more than simply reviewing what an employee has done. These systems must fulfill several purposes. Moreover, they are often constrained by difficulties in how they operate. Objectives of performance appraisal. The main objective of performance appraisal are to provide employees feedback on their performance, then to identify the training needs which are required for the different employees. Then it also provides a basis for decisions relating to salary increases, promotions, disciplinary actions, bonuses, etc. Performance appraisal provide the opportunity for organizational analysis and development. It also facilitates communication between employee and employer. Next objective is to validate selection techniques and human resource policies to meet regulatory requirements. Then it is also required to improve performance through counseling, coaching and development, and it also helps in motivating the employees through recognition and support. The process of performance appraisal has been explained, and in this process the first step is establishment of the performance standards. The appraisal process begins with the establishment of performance standards in accordance with the organization's strategic goals. These performance standards should also be clear and objective enough to be understood and measured. The managers must determine what outputs, activities and skills will be evaluated. These standards should have evolved out of the job analysis and job descriptions. These performance standards should also be clear and objective to the understood and measured. Second step in the performance appraisal process is communicate standards to the employees. Once performance standards are established, it is necessary to communicate these standards to the employees. If standards are not communicating to the employees, the appraisal problem may arise and they will not come to know what is expected of them. Here it is important to note that communication is a two-way process and feedback must be taken from the employees that they clearly understood the standards and they will be able to achieve the same. Third step in the evaluation process of performance appraisal is measurement of actual performance. In this step, the actual performance of the employee is measured on the basis of various information sources like personal observation, statistical reports, oral and written reports. Each of these sources has its strengths and weaknesses. However, a combination of these may provide more reliable information about the employee. It must be ensured that evaluators' personal feelings should not influence the performance measurement process and it should be based on facts and figures. Next step is comparison of actual performance with standards. The fourth step in the appraisal process is the comparison of actual performance with standards. This step reveals the deviations between the standard performance and actual performance. The performance appraisal form should include a list with explanation and acceptability of the performance standards, so that comparison of standards with actual performance could be done easily. Next step in the evaluation process of performance appraisal is discuss the appraisal with the employee. As we discussed previously, one of the most challenging tasks facing manager is to present an accurate statement to the employee. The impression that employees receive about their performance has a strong impact on their self-esteem and future performance also. Discussion on appraisal enables employees to know their strengths and weaknesses. The impact may be positive or negative depending upon how the appraisal is presented and discussed with employees. The last step in the evaluation process is taking corrective action if necessary. Corrective action can be of two types, one is immediate and other is basic. Immediate action corrects the problem and gets the employee back on track right away. Basic corrective action asks how and why performance deviated from the expected performance standards and provides training or employee development activities to improve performance. Sometimes managers think that they have lack of time to take basic corrective action, and taking immediate action they put fires. On the other hand, good managers analyze the problem and provide a chance to employees to improve their performance through counseling, training, coaching, etc. Methods of performance appraisal. There are two types of methods of performance appraisal. First is the traditional methods and second one is the modern methods. In traditional methods, we are going to discuss number one is the ranking method, paired comparison method, grading method, forced choice appraisal, checklist method, graphic rating scale method. and in modern methods we are going to discuss the management by objective, which is also known as MBO, behaviorally anchored rating scales, 360-degree appraisal and human resource accounting method. First method in traditional methods is ranking method. It is the oldest and simplest formal systematic method of performance appraisal in which an employee is compared with all others for the purpose of placing order of worth. The employees are ranked from the highest to the lowest or from the best to the worst. In doing this, the employee who is the highest on the characteristics being measured and also the one who is the lowest are indicated. Then the next highest and the next lowest between next highest and lowest until all the employees to be rated have been ranked. Methods of performance appraisal. Then in traditional method, second method is the paired comparison method. In this, each employee is compared with other employees on one-on basis, usually based on one trait only. The rater is provided with a bunch of slips, each containing pair of names. The rater puts a tick mark against the employee whom he considers the better of the two. The number of times this employee is compared as better with others determines his or final ranking. Next method is the grading method. In this method, certain categories of worth are established in advance and carefully defined. There can be three categories established for employees: outstanding, satisfactory and unsatisfactory. There can be more than three grades. Employee performance is compared with grade definitions. The employee is then allocated to the grade that best describes his or her performance. These grades are based on certain selected features such as knowledge, judgment, analytical ability, leadership quality, etc. Next method is the forced choice appraisal method. The primary purpose of this method is to correct the tendency of a rater to give consistently high or low ratings to all the employees. The forced choice appraisal is a type of checklist where the rater must choose between two or more than two statements. Each statement may be favorable or unfavorable. The statement items are grounded in such a way that the rater cannot easily judge which statement applies to the most effective employees. The statement may be like good work organizer, show patience with slow learners, dishonest, careful and regular, etc. Under this method, subjectivity of evaluator is minimized. This is the benefit of this method. Next method is the checklist method. In this method, a series of descriptive statements like questions with their answers in yes or no are prepared by the human resource department. The checklist is then presented to the rater to tick appropriate answers relevant to the appraisal. Each question carries a weightage in relationship to their importance. When the checklist is completed, it is sent to the human resource department to prepare the final scores for all appraises based on all questions. While preparing questions, an attempt is made to determine the degree of consistency of the rater by asking the same question twice, but in a different manner. However, one of the disadvantages of the checklist method is that it is difficult to assemble, analyze and weight a number of statements about employee characteristics and contributions. It will also involve a lot of money, time and efforts. Next method of performance appraisal is graphic rating scale method. The graphic rating scale is one of the most popular and commonly used method of performance evaluation. The evaluator is asked to rate employees on the basis of job related characteristics and knowledge of job. The performance is evaluated on the basis of these traits on a continuous scale in printed forms. It is a standardized quantitative method of performance appraisal. The scores are tabulated indicating the relative worth of each employee like poor, average, good, excellent, etc. Modern methods of performance appraisal. In modern methods, first method is management by objective, which is also known as MBO. Most of the traditional methods of performance appraisal are subject to the opposed judgments of the raters. It was to overcome this problem Peter F. Drucker developed a new concept which is known as management by objectives in 1954 in his book The Practice of Management. The concept of MBO may be described as a process whereby the superior and subordinate managers of an organization jointly identify its common goals, define individuals' major areas of responsibility in terms of results expected of him, and use these measures as guides for operating the unit and assessing the contribution of each members. MBO is not only a method of performance evaluation, but also helps the managers and subordinates to plan, organize, communicate, control and debate. MBO process has the following 4 steps. Number 1 step is to establish the goals for each and every individual. The superior and subordinates jointly establish these goals. The goals refer to the desired outcome to be achieved by each individual employee. The second step is to set the standards for evaluating the performance of the employees. When the employees start performing their jobs, they know fairly well the standards against which their performance is to be measured. In the third step, the actual level of goals attained are compared with the goals agreed upon. This enables the evaluator to find out the regions variations between the actual and standard performance of the employees. Such a comparison helps in determining the needs of providing training to the employees. Finally, in fourth step, corrective measures is initiated when actual performance deviates from the set standards. Second method is the behaviorally anchored rating scales. This method is designed to identify the critical areas of performance of a job. Under this method, the behaviorally anchored rating scales are outlined to recognize the critical areas of effective and ineffective performance behavior for getting the results. The evaluator is required to observe the behavior of employees while performing the job. He then compares these behavior observations with the behaviorally anchored rating scales. In this method, performance areas of the employees that need to be assessed are determined and described by the individuals who will use the scale. This method is more valid and expected to give more reliable results as it minimizes errors in performance appraisal. Third method is 360-degree appraisal. This method was first developed and formally used by General Electric Company of USA in 1992. Then it traveled to other countries including India. In India, companies like Reliance Industries, Wipro Corporation, Infosys Technologies, etc. have been using this method for appraising the performance of their employees. This feedback based method is generally used for ascertaining training and developing requirements rather than for pay increases. Under this method, the performance information such as employees' skills, abilities and behavior is collected all around an employee, that is from the supervisors, subordinates, peer groups and even customers and clients. In other words, in 360-degree feedback appraisal system, an employee is appraised by his superiors, subordinates, peers and customers with whom he interacts in the course of his job performance. All these appraisers provide information or feedback on an employee by completing survey questionnaires designed for this purpose. All information so gathered is then compiled through the computerized system to prepare individualized reports. 360-degree appraisal. As shown in the exhibit, there are different aspects from which we compare this 360-degree appraisal method. The feedback may be taken from the top management, immediate superior, peers, subordinates, self and from the customers. Next method in the modern methods of performance appraisal is human resource accounting method. Human resources are a valuable asset of any organization. This asset can be valued in terms of money. When competent and well trained employees leave an organization, the human asset is decreased and vice versa. Human resources accounting deals with cost of and contribution of human resources to the organization. Cost of employee includes cost of manpower, planning, recruitment, selection, induction, placement, training, development, wages and benefits, etc. Employee contribution is the money value of employee service which can be measured by labor productivity or value added by human resources. Difference between cost and contribution will reflect the performance of the employee. If the cost incurred on employee is greater than the contribution made, then this is an indicator of finding out the causes of low performance. In case the contribution is more or equivalent to the cost incurred, then this also requires review for future reference. Now, we are going to discuss the different advantages of performance evaluation. As shown in the slide, it is helpful in promotion. It also provides the compensation package, development of employees. It validates the selection process, effective communication and also provides the motivation to the employees. Now, we are going to discuss all these advantages in detail. First advantage is helpful in promotion. Performance appraisal helps the supervisors to finalize the promotion programs for efficient employees. In this regard, inefficient workers can be dismissed or demoted in case. Then next advantage is compensation packages. Performance appraisal helps in chalking out compensation packages for employees. Merit rating is possible through performance appraisal. Performance appraisal tries to give worth to a performance. A compensation package which includes bonus, high salary rates, extra benefits, allowances and prerequisites are dependent on performance appraisal. The criteria should be merit rather than seniority. Slide number 33. Then next advantage is development of employees. The systematic procedure of performance appraisal helps the supervisors to frame training policies and programs. It helps to analyze strengths and weaknesses of employees so that new jobs can be designed for efficient employees. It also helps in framing future development programs. Next is selection validation. Performance appraisal helps the supervisors to understand the validity and importance of the selection procedures. The supervisors come to know the validity and thereby the strengths and weaknesses of selection procedures. Future changes in selection methods can be made in this regard. Next advantage is effective communication. For an organization, effective communication between employees and employers is very important. Through performance appraisal, the subordinates can understand and create a trust and confidence in superiors. It also helps in maintaining cordial and congenial labor management relationship. It develops the spirit of work and boosts the morale of employees. All these help in creating effective communication in the organization. Then motivation. Performance appraisal serves as a motivation tool. Through evaluating performance of employees, a person's efficiency can be determined if the targets are achieved. This very well motivates a person for better job and helps him to improve his performance in future. Now, we are going to discuss the limitations of performance appraisal. In the limitation of performance appraisal, the first limitation is halo effect. Halo effect is a tendency to rate high or low to an employee on all the factors due to the impression of a high or low rating on some specific factors. This arises when traits are unfamiliar, ill defined and involve personal reactions. The presence of halo effect in the evaluation process is the biggest weakness of performance appraisal system. Second is uncertainty in standards. If the standards are not clear, the supervisors may follow different standards for different employees. As a result, uniformity in the evaluation will not be possible and the chances of personal biasness may increase. Next limitation is insufficient evidence. An employee who can impress the boss may get a positive evaluation through his impression in his own department may be very poor. In such cases, the performance appraisal will be unessential. Next limitation is the several qualities remain without appraisal. Through performance appraisal, only few qualities of employees can be measured. All individuals differ from each other in terms of background, values and behavior. Next limitation of performance appraisal is leniency or strictness error. Error of leniency are caused by the tendency of the lenient rater to put most of the ratees on higher side of the scale, while the tough rater places them on the lower side of the scale. This is so because every evaluator has his own value system which acts as a standard against which appraisals are made. Next limitation is job description. There is a tendency to give a high rating to highly paid jobs. So, a senior employee may get a higher rating than a junior employee. Next limitation is similarity error. The evaluator tries to look those qualities in subordinates which he himself possesses. Those who show the similar characteristics are rated high. Now, we are going to discuss about the international performance appraisal. In evaluating the performance of an employee in international environment, the different factors are considered. Cultural differences between the parent country and the host country must be taken into account. The cultural differences between the two countries of different regions will be greater than the countries of a same region. For example, cultural differences between the United States and England are not as great as those between the United States and China. So, the environment in which the employees are working must be considered when appraising the employee performance. Companies must also be considered who will be responsible for the evaluation. It means host country management or the parent company management. Local managers should be considered generally as they know about the local customs and expectations of the employees, which may not reflect those of parent country. In performance appraisal, another important issue is to select the best format of the different questions to be asked to the employees. Management must determine if they will use the same format for all the employees. Evaluation of the work will be in a group or individually. Some countries like Japan, China, Vietnam value the group more strongly. On the other hand, countries like Australia, France and Italy will respond much better to individual evaluation. The evaluation form must be translated in the local language of the host country, as most of the clerical and office staff will not be able to understand the language of the parent company. Now, we are going to discuss performance appraisal practices across different nations. First of all, there is the United States. Performance appraisals have been used in United States for decades. These appraisals are performed annually and evaluate how the employees are performing their jobs and whether they are improving their learning and technical abilities or not. During evaluation process of the executives, appraisers stress upon the ability to do the job, technical ability, management skills, cultural empathy, flexibility, adaptability and creativity. In United States, an executive can be creative and think outside the box for the betterment of the organization. In most of the organizations, a representative from the human resource development done the appraisal and assign a score based on the employee's performance over the previous year. In most of the organizations, appraisal try to focus on the positives and use constructive criticism unless there are frequent problems or issues that need to be discussed. When any issue or problem arises, many times the same will be discussed with the employees and strategies will be made that improve the results. These strategies may involve training program, skill development or technical knowledge impartment to enhance the performance of the employee. In cases where employee does not show any improvement, further disciplinary action may be initiated. Performance appraisal practices in China. China is a country where appraisal relies upon individuality and collectivism, and therefore, individual and group evaluations are done annually. In the past, employee evaluation in China was based on political affiliation, seniority and harmonious relations, ignoring the actual job responsibilities and performance. After economic reforms in 1978, China adopted Western style evaluation techniques and development. Input, teamwork, perception of values and evaluation, which is based on pay system, are become the major basis for the performance evaluation. Incorporating and rewarding individual input is helping in employee satisfaction and motivation to work harder throughout the year. However, these evaluations still lack of transparency, openness and mutual influence. Employees feel that some of other objectives should be used in the evaluation system, and this may include attitude towards superior, age, role behavior, social skill and social network. Many business organizations in China are still developing the different ways in performance evaluation which increase satisfaction and the efficiency. Now, we are going to discuss the performance appraisal practices in South Africa. Most of the South African businesses do not have a formal performance evaluation system and does not participation in performance appraisal as to the same degree as many other countries. When reviews are conducted, mainly three types of criteria are used. Different types of organization use different criteria. and each criteria has its advantages and disadvantages depending upon its objectives and requirements. Three criteria are: first one is trait based, second is behavior based, and third is the result based. Trait based criteria stress upon personal attributes or characteristics of an employee like loyalty, creativity and dependability. These criteria provide a base to the employer to understand an employee as an individual and whether that individual has the qualities necessary for higher rank position. The behavior based criteria examines the specific behavior that leads to the job success. They do not rank according to leadership ability of an individual, rather rank on qualities like working with subordinates. This type of criteria helps the employers to reward the effective behavior in employees. In result based criteria, the business organizations focus on the quality and quantity of the output of the employees. This means that evaluation relies only on what was the produced and whether it is produced correctly or not. In Japan, the performance appraisal system have a great impact on promotion, and on the other hand, salary is also affected by age and seniority. Japanese firms stress upon further development and improving employee skills. In developing communication between supervisors and employees, appraisals and reviews are not used. In Japan, the performance appraisal system has the minimum role in determining the wages and salaries of the employees. Mostly, the performance evaluation is based on skills, overall performance and attitudes of the employees. But in case of managers, evaluation their attitudes are not taken into account. Most of the employees complained that performance evaluations in Japan are subjective, unorganized and closed minded. Japanese appraisal systems do not promote morale and job satisfaction among the employees. However, in recent years, the performance evaluation method related to pay has changed to use performance in salary based decision making rather than focusing on age and seniority as had done in the previous years. Performance appraisal practices in Argentina. In Argentinian organizations, performance evaluations are done by an evaluation committee which is established by the Human Resource Department. This committee consists of members designated by the government. This committee ensures that the supervisors do not favor any employee and assign the best review to keep favored any employee and to guarantee that the employer is not abusing the power. The employees whose performance is below average are often dismissed immediately and no further opportunities for improvement are provided to them. The committees creates a healthy environment in which fair and credible evaluations are made. As per law, the employee promotions are directly linked with their performance reviews. Most of the employees are more essentially motivated. The evaluation criteria used by the Argentine companies may be differing as per the employer preferences. Performance appraisal practices across nations. Germany. Performance evaluation in Germany have been analyzed through an electronic management system which was started in the beginning of 2007. This system decentralizes and individualizes performance appraisals. Managers classify the different employees into different categories on the basis of quality, usability, promptness, team fairness and conflict management. Computer assessments are done annually or semi-annually depending on the company. Employees who previously received negative evaluations also undergo for further frequent evaluation. Many employees are not in the favor of using the computer system analysis as it does not provide proper feedback and there is no personal involvement of the employees. Employees think that their co-workers should also be involved in the evaluation process. Federal Ministry of Interiors established a rating scale which is based on a point system. The pay system depends upon the points and score obtained by the employee. In Germany, job satisfaction was positively related to the performance appraisal when monetary benefits were explained. Then United Kingdom. In United Kingdom, during employee performance evaluation, several stages are involved, but 3 phases are important, which is known as reviewing, planning and managing. During the review phase, immediate supervisors analyze and evaluate the work performance of the employee throughout the year and give feedback to the superiors. Supervisors evaluate the skill improvements of the employees as compared to the previous evaluation. The next phase is planning, which involves discussion and developing a plan for improving skills if it is necessary. These improvements may focus on effective work output and on greater efficiency. These expected improvements will be evaluated during next performance evaluation schedule. In final phase of managing, future expectations are explained and discussed the different ways to achieve them. In United Kingdom, performance evaluation is based on face-to-face meeting, rather using the technology, and more personal evaluations are made with greater participation of the employees. India. In India, most of the company uses a specific set of guidelines for appraisal which allow the country to have a common outcome. The performance evaluation is made at all levels of the business, which means from top level managers to maintenance workers. The performance evaluation system mainly comprises 3 important areas, which are assessment of work output, personal attributes and morale and motivation of the employees, which provide a chance to grow the individuals and organization also. This new evaluation system forces the managers to make a change in themselves and creating a system of teamwork and empowerment of the workers. India is still developing and most of the business organizations are perfecting their appraisal system. All these developments are creating a drastic change which is beneficial for the managers as well as to the workers. Presently, evaluation system reflects on past behavior and provides an opportunity to the employees to develop their behavior and skills. Conclusion: performance management system is an important part of most of the organizations. In evaluating the performance of an employee in international environment, the different factors are considered like cultural differences, local customs and expectations, language and many more other differences. In United States, an executive can be creative and think outside the box for the betterment of the organization. However, in China, performance evaluations still lack of transparency, openness and mutual influence. In Japan, the performance appraisal system has the minimum role in determining the wages and salaries of the employees. Performance evaluation in Germany have been analyzed through an electronic management system. On the other hand, in United Kingdom, performance evaluation is based on face-to-face meeting, rather using the technology, and more personal evaluations are made with greater participation of employees. Thus, the process of appraisal may be similar, but the basis for evaluation may be different from country to country. Thank you.